You know that advice everyone gives you? Follow your passion, right? It's on posters, it's in graduation speeches, it's everywhere. But what if I told you that advice is not only wrong, but it's actually hurting you? What if it's the one thing keeping you from the career you want?
Yeah, I'm going to say it. What if finding your passion is literally the fastest way to stay broke and absolutely miserable? Look, I know that sounds crazy, but just stick with me here, because we are about to flip that entire idea completely on its head.
Okay, so check this out. This slide basically lays out the entire argument. The myth, the thing we're always told, is that you start with some passion you were born with. That passion then motivates you to build a skill, and that skill hopefully leads to a career. But the reality? It's the complete opposite. You start by building a skill. As you get better, you achieve mastery, and that mastery is what creates the feeling of passion. Passion isn't the cause of a great career, it's the effect. It's the output, not the input. So let's really dig into why this whole waiting around for passion thing is so dangerous. Why it keeps so many people completely stuck, not making any real progress at all. Here's the hard truth, okay? Waiting for some magical lightning bolt of passion to strike you, it's usually just an excuse. It's a really nice, noble-sounding way to avoid the tough part. You know, the messy, frustrating, and honestly not very fun beginning stages of learning something new. And that brings us to this absolutely crucial idea, frustration tolerance. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's your ability to just keep going when things are hard, when you're not good yet, and when you're definitely not having fun. Having a low frustration tolerance, that's the number one reason people quit right before they get good enough to actually start enjoying it. And this chart shows it perfectly. When you start something new, right, your enthusiasm is sky high. It's exciting. But then reality sets in. You enter what I like to call the suck. It's that awful intermediate phase where you feel like you're working hard, but you're just not seeing the results. It's frustrating. And this is where almost everyone gives up. But if you can just push through the suck, your competence starts to grow. And right along with it, your enthusiasm comes roaring back, even stronger than before. Now, all this theory is great, but let me show you how it actually plays out in the real world. I want to tell you a quick story about a job I had that I absolutely 100% hated at first. I mean, look at this. This was my life. Cold calling strangers, endless and repetitive data entry, mind-numbing administrative work. I felt so incompetent. I was bored out of my skull, and every single morning, I just dreaded going into work. There was zero passion. I mean, not a drop. So here's how it went down. The first month, pure misery. I honestly felt like a complete failure, but for whatever reason, I just stuck with it. Around month 3, I started getting these little tiny wins. You know, a good call here, a report that ran smoothly there. By the 6-month mark, I wasn't just faking it anymore, I was actually confident. And with that confidence came real confidence. And after a year, I was the person other people came to for help. And the funniest thing happened? I started to actually enjoy it. The job didn't change, but I did. I had mastered the skills, and that is where the passion finally showed up. So that journey from absolutely hating a job to actually loving it, it's not just a fluke. It's a repeatable system. It's a framework we can all use. Let's call it the skill to passion pipeline. It's a clear roadmap for building a career you love instead of just sitting around hoping you find one. And it's really just 4 simple steps. Step 1, forget passion. Pick a high-value skill that the world actually needs and will pay for. Step 2, mentally prepare yourself to tolerate the suck. You have to commit to pushing through that initial pain. Step 3, and this is so important, you track your progress with cold, hard data. In step 4, you use that data, that evidence, to build real earned confidence. So here it is. This is the big idea. Passion isn't some magical thing you go out and find under a rock. It is the output. It's the feeling you get after you've put in the work and become dangerously good at something, even if that something started out feeling incredibly boring. Mastery is what's exciting. And let's just drill down on this last point, because it's everything. You can't just wake up and tell yourself, be confident. It doesn't work. Real lasting confidence is not built on affirmations. It's earned through evidence. When you track your progress, how many calls you made, how many words you wrote, how many lines of code you shipped, you are building an undeniable mathematical case for your own competence. And that proof is what real confidence is made of. And that confidence, that's the bedrock of passion. Okay, we've gone through the theory, we've heard this story, now it's time to make this real for you. It is your turn to put this pipeline into action, and we're going to start with a super simple 30-day challenge. Here's the deal.
For the next 30 days, I want you to pick one boring but valuable skill and just commit to practicing it. That's it, just 30 days. The goal isn't to become a world-renowned expert. The goal is just to survive the suck long enough to see those first little glimmers of competence and confidence start to shine through.
And if you're wondering, what kind of skill? Here are a few ideas to get you started. Look, these might not sound sexy, okay? But being an absolute wizard with spreadsheet formulas, understanding basic database queries with SQL, or just being a ridiculously clear business writer, these things can make you indispensable in almost any field. Just pick one and start.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. I want you to stop asking, what am I passionate about? And instead, start asking yourself, what useful, boring skill can I get really, really good at? Because mastery, that's the real path forward. So what's it going to be? What boring skill will you master to build a career you actually love?